Today's video is so special because we are going to be restoring my great-grandmother's old stove. This is, I believe she bought this in 1918. I have a whole story behind it, which I will share with you guys in this video. It is just such a special piece of history that we have, and I thought it was time to finally go and restore it. So let's go see what the stove looks like. So let me give you guys a little family history on the stove. In the middle, that is a photo of my great-grandmother, and she bought this stove in 1918. This was her first ever stove when they moved to America. They came here in 1916 from Italy. My mom always loved that stove since age 5, and she was promised that when she passed, my great-grandmother passed, that my mom would get the stove. So when she passed at age 92, everyone in the family knew my mom would get it. And my mom got it in 1990. You guys can see in the photo on the left, that is it in our kitchen. And then a few years later, the oven portion of it stopped working. So as you guys can see the photo on the right, I'm in the green dress. We replaced it with that stove, which is still older, but it wasn't the original stove. So today we're going to get working on this original stove. This is what it looks like. As you guys can see, it is so beautiful, and it's just so cool to know all of the history on this. I cannot wait to bring this back to life. And I hope that one day Connor and I can have this in our own home. So around 1940, my great-grandmother ended up buying a newer stove because newer ones were coming out and they had more room in them. This is very similar to the one that she bought. This was one actually my parents just found recently on Craigslist, and they got a really good deal on it, so they bought it. So what happened to the original stove is that she brought it down to her basement, which they kind of used as a cold room. They had a huge fruit and vegetable garden on their property, and my great-grandmother would use the stove in the basement, and she would cook all of her canning on it and then store everything in the basement. So my mom said she just has such great memories from that. The first thing I'm going to do is take apart the stove and clean each of the individual pieces. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was so special to me to be able to do this. And I really hope that one day Connor and I are able to put this stove in our future house. Speaking of houses, I thought I would give you guys an update on the family compound. You guys saw my last video. Me, Connor, and my sister, her husband, and kids, we looked at a family compound, which we would be sharing with my parents. And as I said to you guys, there's like 4 to 5 different paths that Connor and I kind of want to go down when it comes to like housing and where we want to live. And one of them that we all discussed was always a family compound. So we've looked at a couple in the past. This one was a little bit different though. This was probably the most realistic one that would really work out. Connor and I were 100% ready to just move forward with this family compound. And so was another, I don't even know how to word this, another one of my families. Because like I said, it's like my parents, me and Connor, and then my sister and her husband. So 2 of us were ready to move forward and go forward with the family compound. However, one of my family groupings was not, mainly because of the location they didn't love, which was actually like a plus for Connor and I because we loved that location. And I think that after like we had like a big family meeting kind of about it, and we just put everything out there and discussed it all. I think we're just on different pages, honestly, with where we want to be. They really want to stay kind of like where we are, and Connor and I are desperately trying to do anything we can to get out of where we are. It's just so crowded and so busy. There's too many people, and we just really just want to get away from all of that. And there are farms here where we live, but it's just not the same feeling. It's like maybe like quiet on your property, but then as soon as you exit it, it's just like chaotic and there's like too much going on. I was not meant to live in a busy like city like area, which is where I've lived my whole life, but I just know I'm meant to be a country girl. But so that's kind of where we are. They didn't officially tell us no, but I can tell they're just not really into it, which is completely fine because, you know, if you're going to be spending a lot of money on a house and things like that, you want to make sure that you absolutely love it. So Connor and I are kind of just taking the family compound off of our list at this point, which is really sad and sucks because obviously it would be such an incredible experience. It'd be something so cool to do, but we don't want like to force anyone to have to like live somewhere. Like Connor and I don't want to feel forced to live here. And also we don't want to force anyone to feel like they have to live there. So we're all good. It wasn't like, you know, anything crazy where everyone's upset or anything like that. We kind of just like, I feel like Connor and I just like feel at peace with it. And we're like, you know what? I just don't think it's meant to be. So sadly, I think we're taking family compound off of our list, which like I said, it does make me really sad. But I still would love to find a farm and property. I mean, what we looked at was absolutely perfect and so beautiful, and I could just see all of the different things that we could do with it. But maybe if we could find something on like more of a smaller scale that's more manageable for Connor and I to be able to afford. Right now, housing in New York is just so expensive. We found like a adorable small house. It's like 600 square feet, maybe even 500, only on 2 acres, and it was almost $600,000. Like that is just how insane New York is for you right now, just to give you a taste. The average home price here is in the 500,000 range, which is just insane because years ago it was like 250. So it's just, I literally don't know how people can afford to live here. So until we can find our house that is not going to break the bank, we feel really blessed to have this house that we do, and we're very happy here. So we're just going to keep looking. I actually do have a few more properties that I've been in contact with people about. One of them, we don't even know what it looks like, but somehow we came across it, so we might go look at that next week. So if you guys want to see that, let me know and I can film it and bring you guys along for it. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having an amazing week, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.